Going on everyone, Alex here in Tartu, southeast. It's a cool building that, isn't it? Southeast Estonia. Beautiful, beautiful day. Can't complain, right? Couple of thoughts on overthinking. You know what it's like, you kind of, something happens in your life and you, sort of like you're kind of prompted into endless cycle of thinking to try and figure out a solution, try and find a way through. You're relying on your intellect to get you through what you perceive to be a bad situation. You want to figure things out. Maybe you're trying to find a path to a happier life. In fact, that's probably the reason why most people overthink. You get wrapped up, you get in a cycle, and it kind of never ends. I've been there many times and still continue to fall into that trap. And a lot of us get into overthinking. We don't even realize how we started sometimes. Maybe there's just a sort of sense of absence of something, a sense of lack in our lives, and we're trying to find a way through, and we end up just getting lost in thought and forgetting that there's the real world out here for us. I didn't want to get too deep into this topic. I just wanted to bring up this idea of what if all of those solutions, all of the insights you're looking for through thought, through what can end up in overthinking, what if they were all available to us without needing to try? I have mentioned this a few times. This is not a new idea for those of you who've been following me, but it doesn't hurt to throw in a couple of repeats here and there. But it's something that's been on my mind today because I found myself walking through this park here and trying to get to the bottom of this thing that's really been bothering me. You know, tends to revolve around, what do I do with my life, my next 10 years? How am I going to set things up? Is it wise for me to be living here? Is it wise for me to get a house? Is it silly? Whatever, it's all that stuff going on. And I've always found, looking back over my life, whenever I have found a way through, and sometimes I don't even need to have a solution to anything, it's just that, life kind of opens up a path. It's always without effort. It's never because I sat down and planned everything out. It's never because I sat down and thought hard on certain things and found a way through, and it was just like, oh yeah, I've got it. Worrying for an hour actually helped. No, it never has. It's only made me feel worse. So that's the first thing to understand about overthinking, is that if you're feeling crap because of your overthinking, you know that you're moving in the wrong direction. It's never helpful to gradually make yourself feel worse and worse. It's not, you're not moving in the right direction. It's seizing you up. It's creating more stress. And when we're more stressed, our minds are fueled with even more volume of thinking. But what if you could have all the solutions you needed? And what if all of the best solutions and all the best insights about what you needed to do, what if they could all come to you without needing to think through things? What if you could just get back to your life and get back into action and get back into doing nothing? Doesn't need to be something necessarily. Just getting back into connection with the real world, getting on with your life, finding a way to enjoy even the mundane, and having faith that all the solutions are going to come to you like that, ping, just a sort of realization from the ether, without pushing, without grinding, without effort, which so many of us get wrong. We think that worrying is a way of many perhaps to manage our lives. And you know what it's like, you can waste hours freaking worrying. You can lose hours and days and months of your life. Some people spend their entire, they lose years in worry. And I probably lost about a year overall. And without realizing that there is another solution, and that's to just let go. I know that it sounds spiritual and which is great, but a lot of people react negatively to that kind of what feels like a boundaryless approach to life. It feels too loose, too weak. But what if the strength was actually in the letting go? What if the strength was in just having that faith that everything you needed to know was right there and would appear to you when surrendering to how life is going rather than resisting it? What if your resistance of life and your thoughts about how your life is going and your kind of your judgments about how your life's going? What if that was getting in the way of knowing exactly what you needed to do in such a way that was going to be the best choice for you? What if all the best choices you could make came to you easily? They only could come to you easily. That's interesting. So I'm being watched now by a couple of curious Estonians. So I'm going to leave that with you. I don't want to belabor this. Just to give you the thought to reflect on, including for myself as I walk through this park, that what if things were easier than we thought? What if we didn't need to worry our way to a solution? What if everything that was worth acting on came to you without effort? Hope that was interesting, guys. I will see you in the next video. Take care.